Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmades.com, and thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. I'm excited about today's project because I'm using a background stamp for the first time. I'm using the Postscript background stamp. This is available in my online Stampin' Up! Store, and it's from the current annual catalog, and I really love this stamp set. It's so cool, and I think you guys are going to like how it looks on today's project. And I'm also using Colorful Seasons, which is just a great stamp set. It covers so many different seasons, obviously, from the title, but I love this stamp set, and I'm using these gorgeous leaves here at the top. So let's go ahead and I will show you what today's project looks like. So here's the card that we're going to create today, and I love the neutral tones, the fall colors of this card. It's clean, it's simple, but it's just so attractive to look at. I really, really love this card, and I love the sentiment here, which I forgot to tell you. There's a third stamp set, gather together and give thanks. That sentiment comes from the Painted Harvest stamp set. So I actually designed this card like 2 weeks ago, I think, so I forgot about this stamp set. So anyways, the sentiment is from Painted Harvest, and this is from our new holiday catalog. Really, really great stamp set. Okay, so I've got a piece of very vanilla cardstock here that we're gonna be doing our background stamping on, and this is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I'm going to lay this down. So I used the leaf from the Seasonal Layers Thinlits that coordinate with that stamp set, Colorful Seasons. I used these thinlits to create a leaf mask from a sticky note, and I'm just going to lay this down because when we stamp the background, I don't want to get any ink where this leaf is, so I'm just going to mask off that area just like this. So let me decide where I want my little leaf. I think I want it right there. Okay, so I want the leaf right there. So now we're ready to do the background. So I'm just going to bring in that Postscript stamp, and I'm just going to lay this flat on my work surface here, just like that. Let me straighten it out here. Okay, so I've got that. Then I've got some Sahara Sand ink, which I never use this ink color, so I was excited to use it. I'm just going to ink this up, bringing my ink pad directly to the stamp since it's so large and I don't have a block for it. Okay, just ink that up. Then I'm going to take my cardstock and flip it over to the side that I want the image to be on, and I'm just going to carefully lay this down as straight as I possibly can. Okay. Then I've got a piece of scratch paper. I'm just going to put that on the back and gently, very gently press to get that image stamped onto my Very Vanilla. Okay, and now I can just pick this up, and there you go. You've got this great background image. I love how that looks. And then when you remove this little mask, you've got that space empty, and we're actually going to stamp that leaf in this open space. So to clean off this stamp, I've actually just got a baby wipe here, and I'm just going to go ahead and just dab off any of the ink that's still on here. All right, so I've got my Stampin' Up! Piercing mat, and I've got my stamped layer here. I'm going to bring in my crushed curry ink pad, and I'm going to stamp that leaf image in the open space that was masked off. So let's see, I have to tilt this a little bit, decide exactly how I want to put it in there. I think right about there looks good. Give it a press. And the piercing mat just helps you get a really nice impression. Since this is a solid photopolymer image, it just helps so that you get a nice cushion for a great image. See that? Looks good. Okay, so I forgot, I want to also stamp my envelope. So I've got one of our Very Vanilla envelopes here, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up that leaf again and stamp that right here in the bottom left-hand corner of my envelope, just like that. Then I've got some chocolate chip ink, which again, I never use chocolate chip ink. I don't think I've ever used it actually. I think this might be my first time. I forget about browns quite often. Okay, so I'm just gonna stamp. This is the detailed image that goes on top of that solid leaf. Hopefully I don't get my head in the camera. And I'm just gonna stamp that right on top. Hopefully I lined it up. It's a little off, but actually that looks pretty good. I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave out my chocolate chip because I need it for the sentiment, and I'm gonna put away my crushed curry. All right, so then I've just got a little 1/2-inch strip of Very Vanilla here, and I'm going to use this for my sentiment, gather together and give thanks. So I'm just gonna ink that up in the chocolate chip, and ooh, I cannot see that. Let me bring this down a little bit. And just stamp this. Oh, I hope this is straight. Let's see how I did. Pretty good. My G kind of fell off a little bit. Trying not to put my head in the way, which is making it difficult. I'm gonna stamp one more time just to be sure. I hope I did it better that time. Okay, I like that better. We'll go with that one. All right, so I've got my Big Shot here. I've got my magnetic platform. Then I've got a cutting pad here. Then I'm gonna put down some crumb cake cardstock. I've got the largest circle in our stitched shape framelits. I'm gonna put that down. And then I've got that leaf again that I used for my mask from the Seasonal Layers framelit set here, or thinlet set. I'm just gonna put that here inside of this circle. Put that in the center, that looks good. Put another cutting pad on top, and I'm gonna run this through the Big Shot. So once you run that through your Big Shot, you have this little leaf die cut that you can do something with later, and then you can pop out this circle, and you've got this great little die cut center here, and then you've got the stitching all around the edge. I love how that looks. So what's gonna happen is that's going to actually go like that around our little stamped leaf. Isn't that so cute? I just love how that looks. I love it. So that's what we're gonna end up doing, and then again, you've got this little extra leaf you can do something with. So for my card base, I've got a piece of Very Vanilla thick cardstock. I love that we now have the Very Vanilla in the thick, and this is cut at 8.5 inches by 5.5, and I have scored it at 4 1/4. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a crease with my bone folder. So now I'm gonna take my little die cut circle here, and I'm just gonna pop some dimensionals on the back of this because I want it to be raised on the front layer of the card. So I'm just gonna put some around it in the little open areas. You can use as many or as few of these as you'd like, but you all know I'm pretty heavy-handed with the dimensionals, so shouldn't be surprising that I'm using a lot. All right, so I'm just getting the backings off here, just like that, and then just line this up with my stamped leaf image. Oh, I just love that. Looks so cool. Okay, so there's that. I really love how that looks. Okay, and so now we can take our sentiment, and I'm gonna cut this down. I'm gonna cut off this piece, and let's see, I wanna banner the end, but I wanna come in a little bit more, so just cut there. And to banner the end, you just cut in the middle, and then cut into the middle from the left and then the right side, angle in, and then you've got this little fishtail, as they sometimes call it. So then I want the sentiment to be down here at the bottom. Let's see. I think I want it right about there. Okay, just put a little bit of fast fuse on the back. And let's do a little bit more. Okay, Just line this up where I want it. Right about there looks good. Give it a press once you've got it where you want it, and then just flip over and cut off the extra. All right, so now this layer is going to go onto the front of the card also using dimensionals. So I'm just gonna flip that over and add some onto the back. Center that up. Isn't this a great fall card? I really love this card. Okay, put that down. Okay, there we go. So now I've got some of our linen thread here, so I'm just going to cut off some of this linen thread. Let me run my scissors down, get the kinks out. Okay, and then I'm going to double it over because I want to turn this into a little double bow just to add some interest. So just snip that in the middle and then tie it in a very simple bow, just like so. And then you just pull your tails, get your loops to the size that you want. Then just take a glue dot here and roll that up. I'm just going to use my scissors. Roll that up, and then I'm going to pop that right about there and just stick my little bow right into that glue dot, and then let me just trim up these ends a little bit. All right, so for the final touch, I've got some of our glitter enamel dots here, and I'm just gonna add a few of the small ones. So I think I'll do one of these lighter colored ones. Put this one, just find a little open area right there. Then I'll do two that are more yellowish. And I think these are actually crushed curry, these dots, so they match the leaf perfectly. Let's see, where's another open spot? No, right here. All right, and that finishes up today's card. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. I really love how this card turned out. And look at it with the envelope. Isn't that so cute? I love it with the envelope. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's project. Remember, you can find all of the supplies as well as the measurements for today's project over on the blog post that coordinates with this video. I've linked to that coordinating blog post just below the video in the description notes, and you can purchase any of these supplies that I used today by visiting my online Stampin' Up! Store. There's a direct link to that below the video as well. So thanks again, you guys. I'll be back soon with another tutorial. Bye now.